Hello, world. I just rekindled my relationship with my dad after a turbulent childhood. Those of you who know me know how silent I have been about family and my background, and that's largely because the story hasn't been what I wanted it to be, and it's becoming more of what I want it to be, and now I am in the mood to share. First of all, a little background. I am the last child of my mom, second to the last child of my dad. I have three siblings, a first sister, followed by a brother, then me, then a step brother, a step younger brother. Now, a very interesting point to note is my parents had separated when I was 5, thereabout, and last year, 2020, October to be precise, they came back together, which is approximately 27 years later after such a long, eventful separation. And it's been an event I have never heard of. A lot of people doubted the possibility, a lot of skepticism, a lot of negative remarks have been made, but October to today, March, is 6 months, and they've been weathering the storm, finding common ground and reconnecting the dots and finding ways to be in one another's lives, which is not easy after such a long time. I don't think I've ever heard this in history. I've never heard a couple come back together after 27 years of separation, and not just separating and still having certain events that are supposed to drive them further apart occurring in their lifetime. Now, I would like to say I played a very, very stubborn role in refusing to let the situation be as it was, or I refused the advices. I refused the naysaying. Let them be. They're happier separate. It's best for them to be. If their differences are so irreconcilable, it's best you don't meddle in their affairs. Let them be. And I, being half of both parties, felt it made no sense. I felt it was my responsibility to say whatever I think needed to be said. And this led me down a path of self-awareness, self-discovery, self-mastery, to the tune of learning how responsible we could all be in crafting the present and, so to speak, overcoming the past and ensuring a better future. This led me down the path of self-improvement, self-development, building a brand called Provo Planet, where I curate self-help material, and I try to use those posts I made as reminders on the serious topic of getting my family history straightened up, getting my family reunited. Now, it took me a lot of years, it took me a lot of sacrifice. I don't have much of a social life because I didn't want to build relationships with the story I had. I needed better stories with which to build relationships, if you know what I mean. So rather than meeting someone and telling them how messed up my background was, I decided I had to do everything within my power to clean up as much as possible the history that formed a majority of the persona I would be presenting in that relationship. And this led me to become someone who was interested in, keeping the peace, so to speak. Now, this is supposed to be a congratulatory message to my mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Enesha. Whenever you watch this video, from the bottom of my heart, I love you too, and I'm very proud of you. Working past the differences and finding a common ground to build what has languished for over 27 years, which is your bond between one another. I, Virgil Enesha, your proud son, is happy to say congratulations on your reunion, and I pray that this good thing that God has started would be crowned with more success stories as we continue to grow deeper in appreciative bonding, collaboratively exploring what it means to be together as a family. I, on the other hand, would continue to grow in my capacity to deal with people, because it's been a challenge. I've been so withdrawn for 32 years plus. And believe me, it's not been easy, getting past my nature of being a loner, staying alone, keeping to myself, maintaining my space. So as I begin to work on coming out more into the world and getting more involved in other people's lives, I ask for more understanding as I adopt new behaviors to permit me to outgrow my past, outgrow my weaknesses, so to speak. My patience level is being upgraded. My tolerance level is being upgraded. My expectancies are being modified. I am learning to be more of a people person, more of a collaborator, if you know what I mean. Now, on this YouTube channel, Virgil Enesha is going to take you, my teeming, loving viewers, on a journey, an exploration of how possible it is to restore peace and love, harmony. It's not as easy as I would sound right now. Believe me, it took years of disagreements. It took years of back and forth. It took years of, being called names, being branded, a separatist, so to speak. Because when you refuse to take a side, you could easily be blackmailed into seeming like an agitator, if you know what I mean. For example, if someone is trying to color another person's action in a particular light and you refuse to pick a side, you could easily be branded as picking that other person's side, and whatever energy was meant to be projected onto that person, you become the vessel of contact through whom such energies will be communicated, hoping if such words are said to you, you would report such words to that person, and indirectly you receive the heat that is meant for that person. And believe me, going through this for years made me realize how complicated it is to be in a relationship with another human being. And this complication led me to open my eyes to the intricacies of human relationship. Humanity has come a long way. Family is not what it used to be. The level of bonding through activities and shared interests, the level of bonding that the past generations enjoyed is sort of challenged in this generation due to a lot of options springing up, which is making it more difficult for families to see eye to eye on similar goals or topics or ambitions, if you know what I mean. And this in itself creates a topic of discussion which I intend to explore further deeper, hoping to get a lot of your collaborations as comments, likes and shares coming to expand the community around the topic of family reunion, family bonding, if you know what I mean. I remain your host, Virgil Enesha, for Provo TV. From whatever point in the world you tune in, believe me, I am very, 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 very glad you found this video, and I believe with the plan I have for the content I would release or roll out, I would be very, very happy to see what changes come into your life as a result of the experiences I chronicle and share on this channel. Until next time, please stay in love. Love is the only reason we do what we do. We want to love and be loved, and without that experience we feel empty, irrespective of what our achievements are, irrespective of the level of accolades or validation we receive. Without the love and understanding and harmony of a connected bonding with people, believe me, it feels like it's all for nothing. It feels like it all comes to nothing. So as I try to develop my ideas, as I try to develop my resolutions around the idea of love and family, please be a part of this. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Help me grow this channel, because it's really, really gonna help me and every other person who is connected to me, directly or indirectly. I would really love the ideas to spread as much as possible. The world needs more bridges. The world needs more common grounds to have certain topics that are branded difficult. We need common grounds to discuss certain topics. Topics like domestic abuse, domestic upheavals, sibling rivalry, childhood trauma, parental discord, divorces. There are so many topics that are not really tackled publicly. A lot of them are reserved for the confines of a therapist's office, and they do good on a personal basis, but for humanity, for mankind in general, I believe it will be very helpful to have a means of passing information that helps us get along better. Until next time, stay tuned. Turn on the notification if you would like to get a follow-up on this topic. I intend to visit them. I'm yet to go see them. I'm yet to really go visit them since the reunion. I'm in a different state. They're in a different state, but I plan to take a leave very soon, and I intend to vlog or capture the moment of reuniting with them after all these years of trying to get them together. I intend to capture that moment, and I hope to get it and bring it to you soon. Peace out.